What we're trying to do today is, in the middle of some of the chaos, as we call it, prove to some of the more stubborn parents that, God forbid, something happens in the middle of this block. Windsor Fire, Windsor Police, we couldn't get emergency services down this street in a safe manner as well to get to where they need to go to help the person that obviously is in distress, a house fire, whatever the case may be. Parents are stopped in the middle of the road, stopped on the sides where they're not supposed to be, both sides of the road. Some of them stop right in the middle of the road, Junior jumps out. Right, we've seen, Windsor Police some kids almost getting hit by cars, and God, we don't want that.
These schools were not designed, like no school is designed for all these additional vehicles to be dropping off kids at the school. And what that does is it brings a heightened safety problem because you've got a high mix of vehicles and pedestrians on site at one time. And when you have that, it's dangerous for the pedestrians. Sight lines are blocked. You have little children. You have vulnerable populations. You have children and their parents trying to weave around vehicles, moving and coming and going. There's greater safety risks in a different way, mind you, by having vehicles dropping off kids at the school than there is the threat of an abduction and whatnot. I checked, an abduction type incident is not that common in our community to begin with, which is a good thing. But any evidence of that where a child was walking to school, I saw 2 reports of it in the last almost 3 years.
There's 2 things that I'm worried about when parents drop off their kids. One is the amount of air pollution that they're putting out. So a study in Hamilton actually looked at before school and after school, and they can actually see the great spike in air pollution. And why that's important is that for young children, their lungs are just developing, and they breathe twice as fast as an adult. So they're bringing in a lot more of these contaminants than an adult would. And you're basically sitting there idling your vehicle next to the places they play. So that's the one concern. And then on the climate change standpoint, across Canada, Canadians average on average about 6 minutes a day. But I've been at schools where I see parents picking up, and they're there for half an hour before the end of the day, idling. One of the stats that we've looked at is if every driver in Windsor reduced idling by 3 minutes a day, we would reduce 13,000 tons of CO2 from our atmosphere. Idling gets you nowhere.